What is up, everybody? It is me, Video Person 102, and today I have a Sandersides theory. I feel like it's rare to actually find a Sandersides theory. Like, I searched up Sandersides theory, and it's either a crack video or a 2-hour long theory, and half of it's not even a theory. But out of that, I did find two people that actually do theories. Riley Logan, I have been subscribed to her since, I want to say, September, and I found a new person. This person is cool. His name is Prince Alex. And you know what? I am digging his style. So the first theory I found of Alex's is about Patton and Virgil's relationship, not in a romantic sense, but how like Patton's always trying to be accepting of Virgil, and Virgil, he's over here being angsty, and then after accepting anxiety, they are really close, and then during the Halloween episode, Virgil requested that he was treated like an angel, and then their relationship started butting heads. So you could go to that video, link right here. No, right here. iCard. I got an iCard, so the link is right here for that video. I will also, at the end of the video and in the description, I'll leave a link to his channel because his channel's cool. But the video we'll be talking about today, that is also in the iCard and in the description, is his new Roman theory episode. Why is Roman falling downhill? Now, I recommend you watch that video before you watch this one, for I use a decent amount of information from that video to support evidence for my theory. I also left my theory in the comments below that video, but it doesn't go into depth or anything. So, yeah, I recommend you watch that first. So, to start off, I will read my comment and then I'll explain from there. OMG, I never thought about that before. I knew Roman wasn't doing well at the end of DeWitt, dealing with intrusive thoughts, but I never really thought of it as a thing to focus on. Though, after the points you brought up, I can now see how clearly each side isn't doing well. Roman is just more obvious, so I'm thinking that it will lead to Patton coming out first, because everyone cares about him the most, and he will realize that he has problems first. Because if you think about it, Thomas was emotionally done with life during healthy distractions, so Patton most likely either feels the same way, or even worse. That will lead to exploring Roman's story and bad feelings, and then Logan will go after as he's forced to share, because he'll never willingly share stuff like that. And by me stuff like that, I mean like his feelings and stuff. Then Virgil will vent about how all of this reminding him of being shoved off as an outcast, as a dark side, and will lead to the dark side redemption arc. Oh wow, my voice just went out. Oh boy. Because if they can learn how bad Virgil felt while he was rejected, Thomas will show sympathy towards the others. Now, this can go off two ways. One, Deceit and Remus, and hopefully the orange one, will think that light sides are trying to trick them, and they have a giant plan to get back. Or two, the others will be okay with being accepted, but still want to be their own thing, so there'll be more neutral sides. They'll be tilting between dark side and light side. Like, they won't be full light side, but they won't be dark sides either. They'll be neutral. And people are like, Remy's a neutral side, and it's like, hate to break it to you, but I personally don't consider Remy a side yet. Until he shows up in an episode of Sandersides, I'm not counting Remy as a Sandersides. I am sorry to all people who nothing but believe he is a Sandersides. I personally don't think he is until he shows up into one of Thomas's videos. So anyway, back with my theory. I think the points that Prince Adam brought up in his video is exactly what am I talking about? The points that he brought in his video are going to lead into the dark side redemption arc. So, in his video, he talks about how Roman is over here being devastated and all that, and how he had that realization at the end of the whip, but we never knew what the realization was. I think the realization is that we, at, not we as the audience, but we as in the dark, we as in the light sides, like Roman, Logan, Patton, they hate Remus just like they used to hate Virgil when he was a dark side. So, his realization was Virgil felt alone and terrible when he was a dark side and wasn't accepted into the light side group. So that's how Deceit and Remus probably feels. Yeah. I was gonna go on about something. I forgot. Okay, I got it now. I got it. I could YouTube. I could YouTube. Anyway, this also brings me to a point that, what am I pointing out? I'm sorry, I don't know how to YouTube, and I know people are like, use a script. The thing is, I can't use a script because I write out a script, and I'm like, okay, I rehearse it, and then I do the video, but then I go off on other points. So I only follow the script 20% of the time, and by the time I'm halfway done with the script, it's been 20 minutes of footage already. So I go off topic even more when I have a script, so don't want to do that. But anyway, I want to bring up my predictions for the orange side. Now, there's two ways this could go. It could be an actual side, but I don't know if this can be an orange side or like a different color, but here's my theory. So you know how there's predictions that Thomas is like a whole rainbow of colors, and people see Virgil as the purple side. Guess what? He wasn't originally the purple side. He was originally the black side. Because, like, he switched to purple when he finally accepted himself as a light side. He's purple now, not black. But here's the thing. If Thomas is a full rainbow, then someone already had the color purple. There's another dark side that we don't know about. So technically there's two more dark sides, not one. We're thinking, oh yeah, there's orange, but there's a purple one. But Virgil stole his color, so maybe there's going to be an additional pink side. Or maybe the orange side will be the person who got the color purple stolen from them. It's going to be like this bright orange hoodie and stuff. Okay, so here's my predictions for the orange side. The orange side will be depression. And it's not going to be like a side that's been around for a long time and that all the sides know about. No side, not even Virgil, not Remus, not Deceit, will know about this side. Brand new, just born sign, depression. Because if you think, Thomas's mental health is going down the drain. So it doesn't have to be like in the near future, but like in the future, I think depression is going to become a side that becomes a side. I don't know how else to explain it. And he's gonna be like appearing, being all depression-y. Is that the right word? I don't know. But then he's gonna turn to Virgil and be like, Virgil, how could you? And Virgil's gonna be like freaking out because this is a dark side that he's never seen before, and he's lived with the people. So he's gonna be like, what do you mean? You stole my style. And then Virgil's gonna be like, I don't know what you mean. My color is purple. Now I'm stuck with neon orange? Seriously? Virgil? And he's gonna emphasize on Virgil. Just to get across that he omitted his name. I like what I'm doing with my hands, it's fun. Back to the topic of standard side stuff. So how I'm gonna think this is gonna go is Patton. Sweet little Patton. He is the emotion. He's not just mortality, rights, and wrongs. I have Coke. Okay, so Patton over here is not just mortality, rights, and wrongs. He is also Thomas's deep emotions. So, we have learned that Patton and Thomas's emotions are connected because Patton is Thomas's emotions. And in the last episode of Sandra Asides, Thomas was so emotionally distressed he couldn't talk, he didn't smile, he didn't enjoy Frozen. He sat there and worried, and by looks of it was on the verge of tears. And I know Thomas can't cry on the spot for his videos, but for acting, it looked like he was on the verge of tears. Verge of tears. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop. So anyway, if Thomas was that distressed, how come Patton wasn't? 3 words. Depression, oh my god. Repression and denial. We already discussed this problem in the nostalgia video very lately, but it was obvious that Patton was distressed. But in these recent episodes, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but he's been getting better at hiding his pain. As you can see, Thomas is over here, like, dying. Patton's over here, we should just enjoy Frozen. Never trust an open door. Yeah, and then ice jokes. So, something's up with Pat. Why do I do stuff like this? But basically what I'm trying to say is, Patton is very much in trouble, but because he's Patton and he is just the Patton-y boy, and I hit the computer. I'm so sorry if that hurt your ears. But everyone's gonna be like, "What's wrong, Patton? There's something wrong with Patton. Tell us what's wrong." And they're gonna focus on him. Unlike with Roman, he has pride in everything. So anyway, Patton's over here. He admits his feelings, and everyone treats him and cuddles him, and everything. Then Roman in the next episode, maybe the same episode, is like yo, I'm sad. I lost all my pride, and the sides, like they've been doing, are probably gonna ignore him. Now, like always, Thomas isn't cruel, and he won't torture our baby boys on purpose. He probably has a reason that Roman hasn't been feeling well and the others have been ignoring him. Probably some plot device. And then after seeing some anger and stuff flow through Logan for a bit, they're probably gonna be like, "Logan, tell us what's up," and they're gonna push him until he talks about his feelings, because he's not gonna do that willingly. Lastly, we're gonna get Verge venting about being a dark side. Now, you can be like, "I didn't like how it felt, yada yada," and just go into depth about how bad he felt as a dark side. And that's when Roman's gonna bring up the realization, like, "Verge, you didn't like how we treated you before, right?" And he's like, "Yeah. That's exactly how we treat Deceit and Remus." And name off the orange side if that's a thing by then. And Vergil's gonna be like, "Well, you have a reason to. They're bad." And then Roman's gonna be like, "We thought you were bad too." It's gonna be like, by the way, I do reactions on this channel, so if you want to see me react to stuff, stay tuned. I did a reaction to the new Sandra Asides video. Link in iCard. It appears. I know how to work the iCard now. Could you tell that I'm excited? Anyway, then they're just gonna get like, and then that's when the Darkseid redemption arc will start. And though he was the first Darkseid to appear, I'm thinking maybe an orange side will appear, a pink side will appear, they'll introduce their names. I think Deceit is going to be the final name that's introduced to us. And I really want his name to be Dave. Hello, I forgot how the poem went. Something like, "Hello my friends, my name is not Dave. I cannot poem microwave," or something like that. And I wanted his name to be based off that until I heard this. Me and my friend Diamond Emerald came up with this theory that when Deceit, he says his name, and then he's gonna be like, every episode where he comes in and someone says his name, every episode he's gonna switch his name. So like, one episode his name is Dave, another episode his name is Robert, another episode his name is John. I don't know, I'm making up names. So like, every episode he's gonna switch his name, and then Virgil's gonna be, not Virgil, but like someone is gonna be like, we need to figure out his real name. This is getting very annoying. And then, he's going to figure out his name. So that's basically the way I'm thinking that the rest of the CNC are going to play out until, these videos will take at least 7 years to make. So that's enough content for 7 years. Oh my god. And another thing. Roman feeling like this could be worse than Virgil ducking out. Here's why. As you can see in accepting anxiety, Virgil ducked out because he wasn't feeling he had worth. So the other came to get him, and he was like, he just ducked out. Thomas was still living. He felt chill. He just couldn't get anything done because he didn't have the anxiety to push him, get him out of bed, create, he didn't have that anxiety push. But if Prince got so bad that he ducked out, Thomas could shatter. He could be an emotional wreck. Because Roman and Patton are connected because Roman is literally Thomas's pride. So Roman is pride. Pride shatters. There's no more pride. Patton feels like a nobody that should hide in the shadows and die. Not to mention, Thomas will not have any creativity, cannot rhyme, cannot create, I bet he won't even be able to sing. He won't. Plus, Roman, I feel like, is Thomas's energy, so he won't have any energy. At least when anxiety was gone, he had the energy to, stand up and run around. Without Roman, I don't think he's going to even have energy. So, I do admit that lack of anxiety is extremely bad. Losing Roman could be even worse. And Thomas isn't helping at all. And I get it, he's in a bad place. But to actually solve the problem, he needs to make sure that everyone is okay. And it seems like for the okay sass, they're focusing on Virgil, Patton, and Thomas. Princey is pride, and you even asked him if everything was okay, and he said no, and then you straight off brushed him off as Adam Alex stated, and that's very bogus. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. That's where I leave off. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Visit my merch store. Yeah. Don't forget to follow my Twitter because I do YouTube updates there. And I'm sorry if you're one of the couple of viewers that only coming from my Wattpad read alouds. It's been hard to record them lately. Not only has my Wattpad been acting up, but so is my screen recorder, so double whammy. But until I see you next, do your best.